What is up, everybody?
What's up?
Welcome to Sneaks and Stacks, episode 37. Who I don't have a single clue
I
of
have
anyone
no
that's won 37. Oh, I do. I'm dumb. So dumb. He wants world peace, dude.
Meta.
Meta.
What the heck?
Yes. Welcome to the Meta World Peace episode. I'm going to elbow EJ in the face right now.
You see this right here?
Do not forget, if you are watching on YouTube, hit that big old white subscribe button, maybe red. It used to be red. I don't know. And smash the liker button. Or the dislike button. Maybe you don't like us, but I don't know why you're here, but hopefully you do. We're on TikTok, we're on Threads, we're on X, and mainly we are on Instagram. You can always find us doing some funny, crazy, wacky stuff on Instagram.
No.
Only
serious.
Only serious business inquiries only.
Yep.
I am Julian, the Statty Daddy.
And I am EJ Sneaker Peter. You can call me either one.
Or you can call him Tony.
On the daily.
On the daily.
Yeah.
What's up on the daily? How you been?
What's up on it's it's pretty good.
They call me on the nightly.
On the every night.
On the every night.
On
the so many nights every day. This episode is going to be, I think, a fun one. We got not only some good shoes to talk about, some interesting new stuff, but the NBA world.
It's getting crazier every week.
It's getting a little shaken up. Mm-hmm. Not too crazy, but a little bit. All-Star Weekend is quickly approaching.
On the rise.
Super Bowl is happened yesterday.
They are at Vegas.
And even though we have not recorded it, or we're recording before the game happened, I'm just going to say congratulations to the Chiefs. We knew you could do it the whole time. We both were rooting for you, especially him.
Congratulations. I know you were trouble when you went to Vegas. I'm telling that to the Niners because they're in trouble.
They're in trouble. But yeah, some good NBA stuff coming up. All-Star Weekend is always fun.
We got Mr. Kobe Bryant finally getting his statue.
Yes, he got his statue last week. Very cool. One of three, which I did not know until the day of the statue reveal. I had heard about, at least it was like what I had heard, it was going to be a statue of Kobe and Gigi, which I thought was cool. But now it's going to be, the one they've revealed is his number 8 statue doing the walking off the court during 81 points pose. And then yet to be revealed, presumably will be a 24 statue. And then the one with Gigi.
With him and Gigi, yes.
Yeah.
I saw a cool, interesting topic that kind of gained some traction. He's wearing the Zoom Hirachi one in the statue that they revealed yesterday, and people are like, now they need to release that shoe. If they release that shoe, sick. Holy moly, that would cause chaos.
It would. That would be. I was wondering because I was looking at the photo. I'm like, okay, these are the shoes he's wearing. I wonder if they did that for the statue, and they did. Pretty sick.
Yeah, the white with the purple and the black.
Yeah.
I don't know where that pair he wore is exactly, but you can imagine if Nike were to come out with that with Vanessa somehow, that would be insane.
Man, Vanessa has also been teasing everyone on Instagram.
Not fair.
With some crazy wifey PEs of pretty much all the big Kobe's. She had some 4s, some 6s, some 8s. And it was all, I'm like, I don't think any of these are being released. It was just like some cool Valentine's, like, here you go.
I think she's teasing what will eventually come out throughout the year and next year. So these don't even have a date yet.
But you remember she had like 3 pairs in a row that were only Valentine's Day.
Yeah, that's also, those might be just for her.
Some of those were so sick.
Yeah, I was just going to say.
The burgundy.
The Vinos?
Yes.
Why?
The Dodgers? On that. The Dodgers ones, I hope those come out.
I know, I hope so
too. If they do some kind of limited release, LA will be canceled for the day. LA will be shut down. Do not come to LA.
Also kind of cool, they're expecting the Kobe statue to be the most visited landmark in LA in a couple of years, just because it's, right now I think it's Grauman Chinese Theater because everyone goes to Hollywood, tourists go to Hollywood.
That's interesting, yeah.
With the amount of fans Kobe has over
the whole
world, when they come to Los Angeles, I would imagine that is going to be a destination for people.
And especially China. Where
he was
huge.
Yes.
And obviously, most people in the world live in China, so That's an interesting point. I didn't see it. It could be like you have to line up to get your photo with the Kobe statue.
For sure.
So,
It becomes open to the public. Obviously, you see this on Monday, but for us, it's at 10 a.m. So there's going to be lines of people there.
Yeah,
I would imagine for the
nuts.
first few weeks.
I think so. It'll be cool. I mean, we kind of talked about this, that there is 3. I do feel in a way it kind of, to quote my wife, diminishes the value a little bit of like one statue. Because
I can
like
see that.
there's one Magic statue, there's one Kareem, one Chick, one Wayne Gretzky. Like all these greats have one. But so having 3, you know, it feels a little less special than like, oh, there's the Kobe statue instead of there's a Kobe statue. But I think it will at the end of the day be cool because like you can have 50 people here waiting at one, another 50 here. And
Instead
like,
of 5,000 at one. Yeah. I like that idea.
Assuming they're all at crypto. Maybe, I mean, I'm assuming they will be, but I guess they could be.
And how they're
somewhere
spaced out will
else.
matter too,
Yeah.
right? Because I would imagine they put it around the arena.
Yeah.
I just don't know how far from each other. And your dad brought up a good point too. You know, they're obviously no longer with us. So
Yeah.
it kind of is more of a memorial, you know, just because
Yeah, that's
they're
true.
no longer with
Yeah.
us, you know. So I think that's a cool point too.
And I think something that is a little overlooked, you know, obviously anytime Kobe gets brought up now, his past indiscretions get brought up too, which I think is fair. But, you know, all in all, I think towards the end of his life, he was becoming like almost in a way even more prominent of like an LA figure because he was winning Oscars, he was doing all this entrepreneur stuff and like writing books but every time you like saw him, he was still just at the gym with Gigi like in Orange County. Like he was in LA. He didn't like, I mean, obviously LA is a destination for a lot of famous people, but like he was in LA. Like he was here
Always
like
doing something.
he really felt like LA's like prodigal son. Like
Big time.
So I think it's almost understated like how he was becoming an LA figure even more so after he retired, like by doing the movies and doing, you know, all this other stuff. So
basically the person he became after basketball, right?
like he was gonna, I feel like he could, even though
you can see the change, you can feel the change.
Yeah, you can feel it definitely, but I feel like he was almost becoming like, when he showed up to a Laker game, it was electric.
Standing ovation always,
every time. And it's like he showed up to more than I kind of thought he would, frankly. And he was he's, I mean, the Lakers are home for him, but like so I think that it does make sense why you would give him. I think phrasing it like you helped me see it more as like these statues are a memorial, which I guess I didn't really think about before. So but I think that's a good way to look at it, that it's a memorial, you know?
And I mean, it's going to create that conversation. I think that'll be there when the statues come, but you know, it is what it is. And like I said, we're from LA, so this is our Kobe. We'll do what we want with it. With how we want his legacy to happen. You know what I mean?
You were talking about one pose you heard from the 24 statue. Might be him with the five trophies.
You want to talk about with the hat?
Yeah, and that would be, you said that would be a great like pose to have where you can go, like if you want to take a photo, you can be like
next to him.
I'm with the trophies and I'm with Kobe, so that'd be cool. My favorite Kobe photo ever, we talked about too, is the one of him on the stanchion after they win in 2010, going like this, with the crowd in the background,
and the confetti and stuff.
My favorite. I have it hanging in my house. My favorite Kobe photo ever.
Gives me chills thinking
about that. I know, me too, dude. That moment was great. Because that series was like nuts.
Draining for everybody.
Yes,
you know
exhausting.
What I mean? Everybody involved. Yes.
So those would both be cool ones. I don't know what else you would do for 24.
They're also saying, do they have a celebration of like they did for the first statue for all the other two? I think they do.
Yeah, I don't know.
You have to,
I kind of think you could probably scale it back, like unless you wanted to have different people speak, because yesterday Phil Jackson spoke, Jeannie Buss spoke, Derek Fisher spoke, Cap spoke. I think that was it. Stu Lance led the event, you said. And so you still have guys that are, I mean, there's been a lot of speeches made about Kobe.
Yeah.
So maybe some of these guys have said their piece, but you know, like obviously it seems
you
like
could still have some more people.
Powell, maybe you might want to speak, or maybe
Robert Horry or something.
Yeah. Shaq probably won't, because you know.
You brought this up last week, and we almost made a bet on it if he would show up. You were right, he didn't show up. But I mean, he made a memorial video.
Yeah,
tribute video
he
to
made a tribute
statue.
video, which was very cool. But if he was going to speak at one, it probably would have been 8. Maybe if they do more ceremonies, maybe he'll speak at the Kobe and Gigi one.
Yeah.
But you would think it would have been 8 since he didn't play with 24. So we'll see.
Cool moment. Did you see when Phil Jackson said, "If you were a part of that Laker team, if you were one of his teammates, can you please stand up?" Did you see that?
No, I didn't see that.
That was, man, I got chills, dude, because he had everybody in the crowd stood up. A lot of people showed up for him, man.
Yeah, I saw a ton of people were there.
Everyone we said last week pretty much showed up, and some.
Yeah, I saw Mark. I don't know why. I follow Mark Madsen on Instagram. He was there.
He was there.
Mad Dog.
Mad Dog was there.
Del Harris was there.
Del Harris was there.
Which was kind of interesting because everything I've read, they didn't have the greatest relationship, but still very cool.
Respectful, yeah.
I saw Byron Scott posted something cool from your first coach to your last coach because they had a photo together.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
I was like, that's pretty cool.
He was there when it was him. Yeah.
A ton of people showed up.
There was a lot. Yeah, a lot of the 3P teammates came, but a lot of the there was a lot of the 09, 08 to 10 people too.
Yeah.
Like Ariza was there. Meta was there. Sasha was there from the 3P. It was just cool. Yeah, so
very cool.
Cool to see all these people, man.
Very exciting. I'm definitely curious to see what they do for the next 2.
Yeah, and it would have been nice for the Lakers to win the game, but you can imagine,
Dude, I can't remember the last time the Lakers won an important game. Christmas Day, we've lost like the last 10, something bad, something really bad. The first game after Kobe passed away,
lost that one.
Yeah, there's been a lot. Opening night, I feel like I don't know the last
we
time
never really
lost
ever win opening night.
On opening night.
Now that I think about it, the last big game he won, Kobe's last game.
Well, yeah, that was an important game. We did win. I remember. But yeah, as far as like games where the day meant something, not just the team we were playing. It's been a while since we won, but in 2020, I do remember beating the Clippers and the Bucks right before the season shut down for COVID, and those games I remember those being huge. Like, oh, we can beat the best teams in the league. Like, we got a shot.
Yep.
So those games, we the Lakers win big games every once in a while, but as far as like, oh, it's a big, 75th anniversary, whatever.
Any one of those games?
We
don't do well. Yeah, we didn't do well. Even when Kobe was here, to be honest.
I remember the first time I remember being, well, not the first time, because obviously like there's that Cavs, the 08 or 09 Christmas game where the fans started throwing the
foam
fingers.
Yeah, that was something.
That was bad, but then I remember the big one where I'm like, oh God, like how did we lose this? Was the 2011 Christmas game that we lost to the Bulls,
Derrick Rose.
where Kobe tries to force up that game win over like 4 defenders. I remember being like, why?
I also remember Derrick Rose's runner in the lane. I was like,
yes.
Oh God, don't hit it. Don't hit it.
Derrick Rose.
Nasty guy.
NBA trade deadline just finished last week too. So we're going to get to that a little later in this episode, but just want to throw that out there. Stick around.
Not too many big names.
Nothing too crazy, but honestly, there wasn't the big trades pretty much already happened. Harden was traded in the beginning of the season. Dame was traded before the start of the season.
Yep.
And then OG and the Toronto guys, they were traded midway through the season. Yeah, most of the big trades happened before the trade deadline, which I'm interested in seeing. A lot of people, especially the Harden trade, because he's been such a polarizing player on and off the court the last few seasons. People were like, did you guys rush this? Like, wouldn't you want to wait until trade deadline and get a better deal potentially?
Yeah.
But someone, I think Lawrence Frank, their GM, said like, well, now we get to figure out all the kinks and stuff.
Because you did it early.
With 60 games left in the season as opposed to 30. And obviously it worked because they have the number 1 seed in the West now. I wonder if we'll see that trend more where like, if someone is probably going to be available at the trade deadline and you want them, like an OG Anunoby or Pascal Siakam. Yeah. Shouldn't you just make the move so you have time? And obviously it seems like it's worked for the teams that have. The Knicks are rolling with OG Anunoby, who is going to be out for 3 weeks after he's going to get a procedure done, but only 3 weeks isn't too bad, and one of those weeks is All-Star, so no games anyways, so it's probably will be fine. But I'm curious to see if in the next few years teams will make the big trades earlier in the season.
Yeah.
And just like try and
Because-
finish your roster with 7th, 8th guys
Yes.
on the bench.
Yeah.
Like we saw this trade deadline.
Because I think the issue is trading early is, will the price be really high? Will it go down later on? Of course, but we don't have the time for that.
That's the trade-off, right? Is
Yeah.
that the team that has the player like a Harden that says, I'm not going to play for you, so you
Right.
better trade me. You don't want to, like, the later it gets into the season, the more desperate you get. So potentially you could get a better offer from some teams, but I don't know. If it was me and I knew, okay, I'm the Clippers, I want a point guard, Harden is available, I'm going to go get him. Like, I don't care what time of the year. I like that.
Especially a player of that caliber. You know, it's not like you're getting a backup guy or something.
Yeah,
right?
exactly.
And needing to go after him. It's someone that caliber, yes, do it early. I agree with that.
Something to consider that I saw, I mean, it probably won't really matter because most of these guys will sign extensions.
Yeah.
But if Joel Embiid and Luka Doncic pick up their player options on their current contracts, the summer of 2027 will have Luka, Joel Embiid, and Shai Gilgeous-Alexander all be free agents. If they'll probably get extended because they're like their teams they're on now can offer them $1,000 million. But can you imagine if somehow one of those dudes said, "No, I'm good"?
I would think out of those three, it would probably be Embiid, just because of
Embiid.
the lack of success they've had over the years, and
Maybe Luka. I mean,
he could get upset too because they haven't.
Dallas has not been great.
Exactly. SGA, I feel like, is a work in progress. You know, I think, and he was a part of that since the beginning, right? So,
I agree.
We'll see now. Oh well, we'll talk about that later. But
we'll get to some trades. We'll talk about, believe it or not, some shoes. Yeah.
Is that why we're here?
I don't know about you. Yes, let us get into some shoes.
By the way, me and Julian are both wearing Jordan 1 lows today. What do you guys think? Cheers. Cheers.
Happy Shoe Day.
Happy Shoe Day. Yeah.
We only record on Tuesdays.
You were laced up, weren't you?
What?
What?
Some new releases for everybody out there.
Again, some really cool stuff.
Actually, although I should almost call this yet to be released because none of these are out. But there will
which is cool because it will be out. One of them will be out this week.
Yes, we have at least one coming out this week. Two, actually. We have two coming out this week. First up,
Do you like snacks?
I do like snacks, but I only like them if they're
snack?
I only like them if they're cheesy.
Oh.
Do you like snacks? Do you like hot snacks?
I like cheesy snacks. I like hot snacks.
Flamin' hot?
I like it sometimes in a puff form.
Okay.
Right?
I prefer the puff form.
Puff form is pretty fire.
It's pretty fire.
Puff form and hot though?
Fire.
Fire.
Although if I'm going to go, if I had a hot snack of some cheesy hot variety, it would have to be the sticks. The fries. I have to get the fries.
Hot fries.
In the
Hot
yellow
fries are
bag.
Fire. So fire.
And I would have to eat them with a cheetah named Chester.
Chester. These shoes are the besters by Chester.
Chester. Here they are.
What a cool picture, man.
I know this is from Puma from their press release.
Yes.
Super cool set design. I thought it was super funny.
I love that they went all out on
This
it.
like desert with these crazy big seats and
Yeah.
I see the logo now. I honestly didn't realize that was the logo. These are the Puma Scoot Zeros, which is kind of interesting. I don't really know the history behind it, as I guess besides that his number is 00.
Yeah.
Scoot Henderson, of course, the rookie, taken third overall.
Yes.
Second overall.
Third.
Third overall. Yes. By the Portland Trail Blazers, who's having a decent season.
He got hurt. Beginning of the year was terrible. Got hurt, came back, and actually is playing pretty decent now.
Yeah, he was hurt again. He did not play in the most recent game. But yeah, fine. I mean, it's tough to compare him to like Wemby and Chet, who are the clear front runners. but
Yeah, but I mean, he's
he's
for a pretty decent.
You can't ask for much more.
Exactly.
But yes, this is the Puma Zero collab with Cheetos.
Which is a cool collab. You like seeing these, like the ones like with Nerf, Nike with Nerf, and like all these brands that kind of like were like kind of like like obviously our snacks or like the toys we used to play with as kids. And stuff well, like a nostalgic collab.
This is a cool collab. I like this one.
I like
well
it too.
Done too.
I'm a sucker for orange, and black. I love that combination. The Puma came out with a colorway. They're doing a lot of like bright colorways lately.
Yeah.
Their most recent was called the Georgia Peach colorway. So this was kind of cool thing that they're doing to follow up with that. And this isn't the only shoe part of the Cheeto.
Yeah, they're doing a whole an apparel collection. So there's some shirts and shorts and stuff, and then 3, including the Scoot Zero, 3 different pairs of shoes that are getting the Cheetos branding on them.
And again, I'm more of a flaming hot Cheeto guy, but I do like a regular.
If they do well, because they are pretty cool, but if they do well, it does at least leave the door open to do a flaming hot thing, which I guess this kind of has a flame vibe to it. So maybe they'll just chalk it up to that.
I think the flame was kind of represented here.
Yeah.
And then obviously Chester is there, and then here's the flame here for the Puma logo. Yeah. How do you like the silhouette, bro?
I really like the silhouette, actually. I think it's really cool.
Like the shape and everything?
Here's a better look at the shape and the other shoes. I like the shape a lot. I like it a lot better than LaMelo's signature shoe.
Really?
As far as Pumas go.
It's a little rounder.
Yeah.
I would say.
You think so? I actually felt like
it's more sleek.
The toe on LaMelo's was like pretty bubbly. But that was just me.
Mm-hmm. Definitely similar, though. Like you can tell it's a Puma.
You can tell it's a Puma. Yeah. Like that's what they're going for.
Mm-hmm.
The other shoes here in the middle, we have the RSX and then the Puma Classic Suede on the far left, which I think that might be my favorite, although it is also the most out there.
The most orange?
Definitely the most orange. But it kind of works. I don't know about you. I kind of wish the Cheetos logo wasn't on the tongue right there. I kind of wish maybe they hit it somewhere.
That or add something to it. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, cool. I think this is a cool series. But I'm looking closely at the Scoot Zero. I was like, oh, this is kind of a nice looking shoe.
I would definitely ball in those. I think it's a great colorway. The shape is, like I said, it's like the Mellows, and we love the Mellows. So beautiful shoe that they made for Scoot. I thought, he chose Puma right off the bat, I think, which is good for him. These athletes that they expect to be really good get a deal right away. Puma is a good one. We've been saying for the last couple of weeks too. This is another brand that's kind of on the rise with their collabs and their new models. They really have caught up to the game.
Right? Yeah, no, they definitely seem. This is a cool move for them because there's a collab is always going to be kind of big news. So
of course.
This is gonna be cool. Yeah, I do like that classic suede. I wish there was, I don't know, just a slight change maybe just like, I don't even know if like red laces or something, like yellow, something to just
to give it a little more contrast.
Less orange, a little more contrast.
But I
honestly,
think
throw those laces on there.
Those laces are super nice. I do like all 3 models. I think they did a good job on all 3. And they barely. I mean, usually when they do these, like, what would you say is better, this, or would you say the Powerpuff Girl collection is better? You see what I'm saying? Like
the Powerpuff Girls collection, I think that's just what it is. I mean, it's different because Cheetos is like a brand, where Powerpuff Girls is just like
a cartoon.
It's like you don't see it everywhere, and there's not like a logo that, like, I'm sure when Cheetos was negotiating this, they're like, okay, no, you have to put the Cheetos logo. Like, it has to be.
It's going to be there somewhere, yeah.
Where like Powerpuff Girls, it was kind of more just like, almost like a nod to it. It doesn't, it's not like on the shoe it says Powerpuff Girls. So I think I kind of prefer that. I think that was better executed.
Yeah.
But like, compare these with like the Doritos. Similar.
Oh, that's a good comparison
lane,
too.
Similar lane, because I think on the Doritos it says Doritos on there.
Somewhere. It does.
But
they only did one.
That whole brand is just a little more low key than Cheetos, which are bright orange and yellow.
True.
So different. But I do think between the Powerpuff Girls and this, if I had to grab one, I would probably go for one of the Powerpuff Girls.
Yeah, I agree too. Just because I'm a sucker for the dunk, but I really really like this pair right here. The Scoot Zero is a nice pair, I think.
I do think I feel like the classic suede, you could do some cool collabs with it though, and I hope this kind of opens the door to that.
Dude, the Puma Clyde is basically a Samba. It's basically their dunk.
It's
their Air Force
standard,
One,
yeah.
right? So yeah, you can literally do anything just because it's the
classic shape.
The shape, yeah, makes it so with any colors it looks good.
Yeah,
right.
You can do some super sick stuff with it
for sure.
So
a good collab with that.
Yeah,
is Cheeto, are they under the Dorito umbrella or Lay's?
Well, I think technically,
or Coca-Cola.
So it's crazy. I think Pepsi owns Frito-Lay, I think.
Oh, okay, yeah.
And then and that owns Cheetos, I think.
Right.
I honestly don't know.
There's like all these tiers, right?
Yeah.
Like layers, but they're all under the same umbrella, right?
I think so.
Yeah.
I could be wrong, and Doritos could be its own thing. But that's what I was under the impression, that it was Frito-Lay owns Doritos and everything.
Frito-Lay, that's right.
Let's see. Products. Yeah, Cheetos, Doritos, Tostitos, Lay's, Ruffles. So they're all under Frito-Lay, which is owned by Pepsi. So
there you go. Okay.
Pretty interesting. Next up, we have the hype pair.
Mm-hmm.
The crazy hype pair.
Yes.
The
Jordan
Jumpman Jack. TR.
Mm-hmm.
Sale
colorway with I believe there's 2 or 3 other colorways that we'll be releasing later on in the year. The next one I believe is on in April with a red swoosh and the black and white color. I'm okay with the model. I'm to me it's like a Jordan 1 low mixed with a dunk trainer type of thing with the strap in the front.
Yeah, there's a lot going on.
The signature Travis Scott reverse swoosh on there. I personally think Travis does a great job on all his shoes. Obviously, everything he does turns into gold and is automatically 3-4 times worth, right? Because of the hype, obviously, and he has a lot of fans. But I do think he makes a good shoe. He makes good merch for his shoes and his lines that he does. Out of all the ones he's made, though, this is to me not one of the best ones he designed or made.
I think
okay with it.
I think it's interesting because it does deviate from his Jordan 1 stuff. Because for the most, there's more to it, but often on the Jordan 1s, it was kind of just like a cool colorway.
Yeah.
With the backward swoosh, which works really well.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I it's fine. I kind of wish the midsole was a little smaller, maybe.
Yeah, lower.
Just a little bit.
Yeah.
But I think it's cool. I just don't. I personally don't understand how the price balloons for anything he does.
Mm-hmm.
Like you said, it goes crazy no matter what. And I don't think he's ever, like you said, his shoes are usually nice.
Mm-hmm.
But are they, like you said, 3-4 times nice? And in this one's case, 10 times as nice?
Mm-hmm.
Because this pair, there was a shock drop from his website on the Grammys, which was last week.
Yep.
And $200, decent amount for a pair of shoes. Now on StockX, they're going for like almost $3,000.
Yeah.
So,
and
excuse me.
And
what?
And we also we kind of dropped the ball on that because I was like, this shoe will probably be a good amount after it comes out, and we had no idea it was coming out on Grammy night.
No,
I did not see anything on that. So
they are, according to Nice Kicks, they are going to do another release through sneakers on March 5th.
Yeah.
For $200 is the expected retail price. Mm-hmm. So, those are pretty nuts.
That resale price will go down as soon as the March 5th release comes out. But I would imagine it's not going to get it's not going to go too much lower than what it is. Yeah. But it will go lower.
It will eventually go lower. Forgot to mention Scoot Zeros, they're normally $100, but I think they're expected to be about $115 for the Cheetos.
On February 16th.
Yes, and so like I said, those will be coming out soon. So
the week of this
if you're interested, keep your eyes out.
Puma website.
Yeah, Puma website, Puma app if you have that. But yeah, the Cactus Jack stuff.
Cactus Jack. I mean,
crazy.
Also a good addition to the collection of shoes that he's made already. I think if it were up to me, I think his Jordan 1s are probably the best that he's done. The highs and the lows. There is one or two colorways I don't personally like. But his Air Max 1s, I'm like not really too much of a fan. His trainers, not too much of a fan. This one, not too much of a fan. So, are they nice? Are they good? Yes. Are they nice shoes? Yes. I personally would only wear the Jordan ones that he's made. But
all right,
not a bad shoe. $3,000. Wow.
Good for you.
Exactly. Seriously.
And then last up for the upcoming releases, another one coming out this week, also through sneakers. The Jordan 4 Bred Reimagined.
Yes. I lied to Julian the other day. He was like, "Are you gonna go for it?" I was like, "Nah." He's like, "I'll get it. I'll go for it for you." And I was like, "You know what? There's other shoes on my list, right?" And then I looked at my. I was at work. I looked at my phone at the right time because as soon as I looked at my phone, I got the notification for the shock drop.
Yeah.
I went on. I put in a 9, and I got the error screen. So I had just missed it.
Dang.
But it's okay. You know,
you'll have another chance.
It's at two. Yeah. It's at 280 at right now, and that was the shock drop. So that wasn't the official drop, which I think is also this month.
It's this week, February 17th.
Yes.
So
16, 17 is a lot of crazy stuff coming out. So
7 a.m. on sneakers. So set your alarms.
Also, I know your opinion on this is that the leather makes the Bred 4 not look like the original Bred 4, which makes a lot of sense. This is the reimagined pair.
Yeah.
I still think it looks like a really good Bred 4 to me, but I do agree with you that I do wish there was some suede on there to kind of give it.
Yeah.
But like I said, it's the reimagined series. I still mess with it. I just missed on it.
They're definitely well. You got another chance.
I do.
Yeah, they're nice. I do think overall super good job, and these are gonna sell out immediately on sneakers because classic pair, super classic.
My worry is because we all have we all put different pressure on our shoe, different types of pressure on our types of our shoe. So you'll see the creases in different areas. My worry is that this crease right here will be very insane. It's
gonna be nasty
after a lot of wears.
Yeah. Which
the quality of the leather will matter.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
And I think like you kind of almost got to expect it. At some point, leather's gonna crease.
I'm just saying in terms of the.
Unless you want to lotion your shoes.
Yes. I mean, there's ways to do it.
Yeah.
To get rid of it.
You can. Yeah.
I mean, I think that's a little excessive. I like the look of shoes when they're a little worn, gives a character, right? But just side by side, an original Jordan, a Bred 4 and this 4, in terms of after a couple of years of use, I still think the original Bred 4 would look better, be in better shape than it would with this material. That's how I
guess time will tell.
Yeah. So that means I gotta get it, right?
Would you do any other laces? Like, would you do a red lace or a gray?
You know what?
Hard to go against black, I think, but
black is fire. Red is not gonna look good on there. You know what I do like though, and I do want a pair of sometime soon is the Stealth 5, which is an all black 5, and they put the white lace on there. Looks sick.
Okay.
So I might put a white lace on that.
Yeah, that'd be cool. I can see that.
I like the contrast. I'm kind of going against what
you normally would
say in the beginning of the podcast, where I don't like white laces with the black shoes. Yeah. But some shoes look dope with that combo.
And I know I could see that being.
So
I always like. That's why I like the look of the all black Air, the more up tempos.
Oh yeah.
Because I love when the writing just contrasts against every. It's just a little thing, but it contrasts.
But it pops
drastically. Yeah.
Yes.
If you guys are interested in more history on the Jordan 4, check out that episode. Yeah. Episode 4.
Episode 4.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Way back. There's not even a YouTube video for that one. You gotta listen to it.
Get on Spotify for that one, guys.
But like we said, $215 for this pair, releasing through Sneakers on February 17th.
Yes.
7 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. So,
and StockX does have them at $280 right now, so you will be spending $60 a little over retail price.
Yeah. But that is it for the new releases.
Awesome.
Which means it's time to pick or ship. I'm glad we didn't go with that name. Way worse.
Buy or fly?
Buy. That one's pretty good.
See?
Negotiate or also negotiate. Depreciate. It is that time. Cop or drop.
Cop the drop.
Cop my drop. Dribbity K Drizzle.
Don't bring up K Drizzle again, man.
K Drizzle and I are friends now.
No, you're not.
Yes, we are.
Yes, we are. Okay, guys, cop or drop. Julian doesn't miss. I'm excited.
Cop or drop. Julian or EJ, go.
Go.
This is. I don't necessarily think this is a miss on my part, but I did go a drastically new direction.
Yeah, I was gonna say, what was your thought process behind this?
I feel like we've talked a lot in the last few episodes about how LA is bigger into like a shoe, a multi-purpose shoe, a running shoe, a training shoe. It's a big casual shoe now. In LA is a shoe that is intended for working in some capacity.
Yes.
So that was my thought process. We've been talking about that a lot because we featured the Air Max with Gore-Tex and the hiking shoe that we did that had the Gore-Tex collab. So we've had a lot of shoes in that vein. So I wanted to really put you to the test here.
I think I'm there now.
You are probably there.
Okay.
So here we go. We've got the Hoka Arahi 7.
Oh, interesting.
Versus the Asics Gel Kayano 30.
Yes.
Which is Asics here, Hoka here, obviously.
Hoka.
Basics, right? Yeah, two for like straight up. I'm just gonna I'm walking the dog. I'm going to the gym. You know, you can beat these up and it doesn't matter. Yeah, everyday shoe. Two, I think I kind of just went on either website and did like bestsellers. So I think these are two that do pretty well for both companies.
For sure.
The Arahi 7, 145. Asics down here, 160. So they better be comfortable.
I mean, two companies that are pretty much on top of the running shoe world right now. You can see by the models and the technologies that that these are made to really comfort your foot.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
You can tell.
What's it called? What was I gonna say? I was never really a huge fan of the Hoka shape of the shoe.
Okay. For what it's worth, I did do a little research on Reddit of running people.
Yeah.
And Hokas were on people's like top 5, but generally at the bottom. Even though I know they're really popular.
Yeah.
Just throwing that out there.
Yeah, I mean, again, we live in Los Angeles, which is predominantly a huge running shoe in terms of what people like to have on their feet, like you just said. So you're gonna see, and Hoka specifically in Los Angeles, so you're gonna see that a lot.
Tons of Hokas in LA.
Asics is such an old OG brand.
Tried and tested.
You know, yeah, right. Obviously, Unitsuka Tigers and all, you know, Kill Bill, right?
Yeah.
Kill Bill and all that stuff. I might have to cop the ASIC and drop the Hoka.
I'm down with that.
I was just never a huge fan of the shape of the Hokas. I again, that to me that matters. It is a little basic towards me, but the technology of the shoe, how it will protect your body and your foot. I think I believe in all of the technologies and all the stuff and the comfort of the Hoka. I would just have to, in terms of looks, I'm gonna have to go with the ASIC, and ASIC has good technologies for the shoes.
Yeah.
Too, so it's more of an old school brand for me, and I like that one a little better.
Yeah.
What about you?
I agree. I'd go with the ASICs just because you know, like I mentioned, they've been around. They know what they're doing.
Yeah.
So I feel like you can definitely trust them. You're paying a little bit more for that, but I think that's probably where I would go. Pick the ASICs.
It has it obviously has like a sharper look to it, which I like, as opposed to like the rounder look. The ASIC logo is a lot cooler to me than the Hoka. Yeah. But I mean, again, not a knock on the Hoka or whatever. I totally believe that it deserves to be at the top of the running shoe game right now because of how well and the performance is for the shoe.
Yeah.
But I'm just for my personal preference, I would have to go with the ASIC.
All right.
Well, again, tough choice, man.
I wanted to switch it up, give you something a little different.
Yeah.
But thank you for copying or dropping.
Yes,
and let us know, guys, what shoe we should cop or drop next time.
Or which one you like on this episode.
Place your bets. But that is it. That is the only cop or drop we're doing because we only do one each episode.
I saw something cool. Do you know the brand On?
Yes.
So they're on top as well. They're up there in the list.
They're on top.
The tops.
The
tippy top. They. I found out that the founder of On used to work for Nike and pitched an idea to them that, this is the direction you should go with the running shoe. This is the type of model that we should go with. Do this. This is what I came up with. They basically told them, nope, we don't want to. Yeah. We're going to go a different direction. We don't want to do that. Ended up starting On, which is
super successful.
$1 billion company now.
Yeah.
So
crazy.
Kind of. I mean, maybe that doesn't happen if they don't shut him down, right?
Yeah.
But what could have been if Nike said yes? Because now they're trying to restart their running shoe program again.
Yeah.
So
super weird.
Kind of crazy to think about.
Super weird. Yeah.
Good copper drop, bro.
Thanks, buddy, old pal.
You're on a roll.
Let's get into some
feet that is surrounded
by heat. The feet that are inside of the heat.
That are
first up, a new reveal of a brand new shoe.
Cool. Yes.
From none other than Kyrie Irving.
All right.
And he revealed them in his first return to Barclays Center after he was traded from the Nets last season. So.
And also coming back from injury.
Yes. Mm-hmm. So he is.
That's a nice picture, dude.
Cool picture, right?
Yeah.
Shout out Nathaniel.
Looks like he's doing Broadway or something.
Winning in New York.
Nathaniel, thank you, Nathaniel Butler.
Yeah. So Kyrie, this is he. After he was dropped by Nike last season, he was picked up by Anta, joining Klay Thompson over there.
Yeah.
And this is his first signature shoe with the company. The Anta Kai 1.
Yeah.
And this colorway is called the Artist, which is very on brand for Kyrie.
Yeah.
I was reading in, I think, a Hypebeast article that he is the creative director of Anta or something like that, which I'm like, that's interesting.
Good name, because the name could have came out flat. No?
No. The Anta Kai 1 flat earth colorway.
It's just the sole.
It's not a heel, it's a flat.
It's just the insole because it's flat.
But yeah, this was February 6th, and Mavs put on a show in Brooklyn.
Yep.
36 points for Kyrie, 2 rebounds, 5 assists on 15 to 24 shooting. 6 of 10 from downtown with only 3 turnovers and a foul, so pretty good. 119 to 107 they won. So the Nets are kind of in disarray.
Yeah.
And as we get more into trade talks, they did trade away Spencer Dinwiddie, but they traded him for Dennis Schroeder, so it's not like they were
not for nothing.
Kind of a lateral move, but still, I like Schroeder. I think Schroeder's pretty good.
Right. Do you also, how do you feel? How do you feel that the Luka and Kyrie pairing is working out so far?
I think mostly good. Kyrie just hasn't been super available.
Yeah. But when he's there, it's that
seems like it's pretty good. He didn't have a great game against the Knicks last night, which he also in the first half he wore this shoe again, and then he switched to his other kind of like signature model that he was the athlete for.
Which we spoke about.
We did talk about it. The Anta Shockwave 5 Pro. So, we'll see if he continues to wear his new shoe. But yeah, Kyrie's been a little touch and go, but I think generally it's been pretty successful.
Yeah.
We'll see the Mavs made a few moves at the deadline.
They did.
Which we can get into with our next athlete. Here's a close-up of those shoes, though, and you can see stuck the Kyrie logo on there.
I like them, bro.
Pretty interesting. Kind of a lot going on. Lots of swooshes and like different material on the shoe, which is cool. Kind of looks like how LeBron has this kind of material.
Almost like a
21.
waffle sole, right?
Yeah. Almost like is that a strap? Maybe there's a lot going on.
There's a strap. Sure. There's like almost like it's their version of a fly knit material right here, which is like a stitch.
And on the toe it looks like too.
But very thick.
Yeah.
On the front and on the side, and then this is very Kyrie also. That
like hieroglyphs.
The hieroglyphs at the end.
I'm not really sure what those are.
But I think they did a great job mixing the white with the cream for the sole.
Yes.
And then it's almost like the colorway can be like explode and be really crazy looking, but they kept it kind of like intact, even though there's a lot of colors on it, especially the lace.
It's cool because this is the Anta logo, like built into the midsole. So
perfect,
pretty cool.
I love how they did that. Really good shoe, man.
Yeah, it's gonna be interesting. There's no release date yet, although they do expect them to come out in spring sometime. So keep your eyes out for that.
And like I said, the materials are also very thick. And obviously, it's not a heavy shoe, but they figure out a way to make it supportive enough, but also for outdoor and indoor play.
Also, I'm noticing, because we brought this up before, how like we're looking at someone wearing Adidas, but they have the Nike NBA socks. He is wearing his own socks. Maybe Nike made them.
You know
like
what?
They're old, but like I'm assuming Nike probably is not making Kyrie Irving stuff anymore.
That's the Kyrie Irving Nike logo, though.
I think that's his logo, though.
Is it? Does he have the rights to
I mean,
that?
he must, because it's on the shoe.
Oh, it's on there, yeah.
So it must be like his logo, because I know historically there's been some issues with that.
Yeah.
For other athletes, like for Kawhi Leonard, because he was a Nike athlete for a moment, and he had the claw logo.
Where it looked like the hand.
Yeah, and I think he was able to win that, because I think he still uses that logo. But I remember there being some contention of Nike being like, that's ours. And
we designed that, or whatever.
So if I was an athlete, and I would pitch designers for a logo before I put it on it, before Nike or Adidas said, hey, this is your logo. I'd be like, no, I'm going to make my own logo and you guys can use it from me.
Yes.
But it's my logo.
Yes. That might be the way to go, because,
That's what I would do.
So that way you can keep your
logo.
You
own it. Yeah. Yes. You don't want to lose.
Because then they're like, no, if you leave, we're keeping this with us.
Like, Jordan is never going to leave Nike and Jordan brand, but can you imagine if he did? Like, what?
He's shooting a lamp instead. He's like...
But yes, anyways, Kyrie Irving plays for the Mavericks, which leads us into our next player who was recently traded to the Mavericks.
Yes.
PJ Washington.
Yes.
Former Charlotte Hornets. You're free, PJ. You don't have to play for the Hornets anymore. And congratulations.
His name was in trade talks for last year too, so.
Yeah. You know. I thought this was apropos, though. Got Dennis Schroeder, who was also traded. So
yes.
It's a trade-heavy picture. And he is wearing the Gift of Mamba Kobe 4s.
Which is...
the Protros.
Fire.
We've seen a few of these. I think this is maybe the second or third time even that we've covered these.
I think we spoke to DeMar DeRozan wearing it.
I think DeMar, and maybe even someone on the Pacers, I feel like. Maybe Tyrese?
Hallie? Yeah.
Maybe. Or no, maybe my
Buddy.
Turner?
Oh, maybe. Yeah. One of them.
I think Hallie or Turner wore them as well. But yes, so PJ Washington.
Yeah, what's his stat line look like?
He's been okay. That's why I'm a little like cautious on this move. The big name that people thought was going to move from the Hornets was Miles Bridges, and I saw that he said he's not going to entertain any trade thoughts or trade talks. Which I was like, does he have a no trade clause? That seems weird. Miles Bridges has been balling out.
He's been killing it.
But PJ Washington, a little bit different. He had in this game against the Raptors, which was on the 7th, 6 points, 5 rebounds, 1 assist, 1 turnover, and 2 fouls. 2 of 11 from the field, 0 for 5 from 3, and 2 for 4 from the line. So pretty bad shooting game for him.
Yeah.
He's been coming off the bench this year, averaging 13.5 points, 5.3 rebounds, and 44.5% from the field. Not bad. I mean,
I only asked because I think the league and Charlotte expected a lot from him.
Yeah, I think you thought he was going to be a little bit better than he has been so far.
Yeah.
And this is his 5th season, so you kind of would hope he would grow into a bigger role. Like I said, he spent most of his time off the bench this year. Like his perhaps last game for Charlotte, he played 31 minutes off the bench, so he's getting significant time.
Yeah.
Numbers aren't quite there yet, so we'll see. Maybe a change of scenery is good. I mean, getting out of Charlotte has got to be good. Even now, Steve Clifford said something about like, I haven't done a great job coaching these guys. Like they need someone better than me, which is like, what?
Thanks for being honest.
I guess.
But they also lost Terry Rozier.
They traded Terry Rozier.
$100 million contract.
Yeah.
Off their books, but also just get a guy who can probably help with.
They kind of got to reset. I mean, Miles Bridges and Lonzo LaMelo are good pieces, and that Mark Williams center guy is not bad. But they got some stuff to figure out.
Nick Richards.
I do not know who that is. Oh, and they traded center. They traded Gordon Hayward too. So they were big sellers this year. They traded Hayward to the Thunder,
which will be their like another vet.
But the Thunder didn't really get rid of anyone significant. I think Bertans was
and Trey Mann.
And Trey Mann. So totally fine with that. So the PJ Washington trade, he was sent to Dallas in exchange for Grant Williams, Seth Curry, and a 2027 first-round pick, which is a pretty hefty package. I think overall this will be a good move, but you hope PJ can maybe work on that shooting a little bit, because that's really they need a stretch guy, and PJ could be very good at that.
And the Mavericks are at they're teetering along the lines of late rank, like a 7th or 8th pick and the play-in. So I would imagine they're expecting a lot from these trades that they got.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
They also traded for Daniel Gafford from the Wizards.
Front court help.
Yeah, so and they definitely needed another center, so should be a pretty good move for them, because Gafford's been pretty decent in Washington.
He's a great rebounder. I mean, you're obviously going to start Lively, right?
Like I would.
Because he's a good player.
He's balling.
He's looking like he's going to be great too. But to get him some help, I think that Mavs team will benefit from this.
Close up of those things on his feet.
I'm not gonna lie, I wish I hit on these.
They're so
nice.
Dope. I mean, they're all black, which I know you're not always a huge fan of, but
in this case, the Jordan with the Kobe 4 and then the snake skin.
Okay.
Dude.
Would you do white laces on this?
No,
I
would not.
I would not,
because there's no other hint of white on there.
No,
you know what I mean? Yeah. So
maybe what would you do, like a gold colored lace to match the signature?
That might work.
That might. I still think black is probably the way to go.
It might have to be the speckled gold with black.
Oh, that could be pretty sick.
We don't even own it. We're like,
PJ,
I'm buying it. The lace.
Just the laces.
Just the laces. But this would be, man, that would be a nice pair to own.
Super nice pair. Next up on our Heat on the Feet, another traded player, Mr. Buddy Hield. Who
I saw Dylan first and immediately got upset. Why'd you choose this guy?
Like him.
Just kidding.
Dylan the villain there, getting hand checked by Buddy. That's a foul, Buddy.
That is definitely a foul. Good pair, bro. That's a nice colorway, dude.
I know. I was like, is that a PE? I'm not really sure.
That's a PE for sure.
These are 4s again?
6s.
6s, okay. I'm never quite sure still. I'm still working on my knowledge.
No. You're right there. The 6s, you can tell because of the it's every single one has that snake skin.
Yeah.
So
but yeah, interesting colorway.
I do love the what do you call it? What do you call that type of colorway? It's like the Easter colors.
Oh, like a pastel.
Like a pastels. I love that because it does good contrast with the black.
Yeah, so it's interesting.
Right?
Yeah.
So the yellow and the green are awesome.
It's like almost Pacers colors. I think that maybe they're like in-season tournament court or jerseys were kind of more that color, if memory serves.
Yeah. It's almost like a green blue, kind of.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So this was against the Rockets on February 6th. The Pacers did win off a Halliburton clincher.
Yes.
132 to 129.
Was that the buzzer beater?
It wasn't quite the buzzer beater. I think there was still a little bit of time
shot.
left, but it was a game winner. Yeah, it was that layup he hit over Dylan Brooks, actually. 12 points, 3 rebounds, 6 assists, 1 turnover and 2 fouls on 5 of 7 shooting, and 2 of 4 from 3 for Buddy Hield, who was sent to the 76ers for Furkan Korkmaz, Marcus Morris, and 3 future second-round picks.
Crazy.
Pretty good deal for the
Big
Sixers,
haul.
I think. I think Korkmaz maybe already got released, or the plan is to release him, if I'm not mistaken.
What do you think was the thinking behind the Pacers getting rid of him?
Probably giving
they
more
have pretty good
time to
success right now.
Nembhard and
I see.
that other guy, Neesmith.
Aaron.
Yeah. They kind of fit similar, at least positions. Buddy, I think, is still a better shooter, but he's also in his contract year, so maybe
He was gonna leave.
they had talked about, like, he's like, I'm not sure if I'm going to stay, so maybe they just wanted to get out in front of it.
Yeah.
3 second-round picks never hurts,
I only asked because I felt like he was a pretty good piece to that nucleus that they have over there.
Yeah, I thought.
And they're having pretty good success.
They're
so
having
I thought,
pretty good
why
season.
not keep him? But
But yeah, I think he's a great addition for the Sixers. Give him a little more shooting.
yeah.
They have an infinite amount of wings now, and I would rather have Buddy Hield playing than Marcus Morris.
He got traded again. You saw that?
Yeah. Oh, he did?
He got double traded.
From the Pacers? I
Yeah.
didn't realize that.
He got double traded.
But yeah, I think an improvement for them, and someone who can maybe have a big scoring night when Embiid is out. You never know when Buddy Hield might ignite. So I like it a lot.
And the Sixers also got rid of Pat Bev, so maybe he fits kind of that role. Maybe.
Yeah, Pat Bev to the Bucks. Mm-hmm. Did they get trade for Campaign? Or Campaign got moved?
Campaign and a pick.
I don't know. Did he go to the Sixers?
I'm not sure.
Yeah, I'm not entirely certain. There was a lot of little moves like that, which we kind of touched on at the top of the podcast. Like, there wasn't, oh man, this guy got traded. Like, I can't believe he got traded.
There's no
There
stars
wasn't anything
really.
really like that, which is fine. I think little moves like these, I think, is what can really help a team. Like, Buddy Hield on the Sixers might be a huge piece for them. Like,
Yeah.
another shooter, a guy that can space the floor. When Maxey he doesn't need the ball,
It'll take a load off his hands a little bit.
Yeah. So I think a great move for the Sixers.
I think so too. I was actually surprised when I saw it.
The other trades that we want to talk about, the big one was New York, who ended up being huge buyers, particularly from Detroit. They got Bojan Bogdanovic and Alec Burks in exchange mainly for can't think of his name right now.
Quentin Grimes.
Quentin Grimes was kind of the...
And a second round pick. 1 or 2.
Yeah, a few second round picks. But that was, I think, a great move for the Knicks.
I thought so too. I think these players will hold them down when their starters come back. And when they do come back and play as a whole, I think they could be problems.
I think
Especially with that.
the shooting around Brunson now is deadly.
Yeah.
And it just gives, I think, the Knicks more guys that Tom Thibodeau can trust. Because he was really only playing, like, off the bench, Josh Hart, DiVincenzo.
Tibbs' rotation.
Yeah. So now they have at least a few more guys. The Knicks sent out 2 second-round picks, some cash, Quentin Grimes, like you said, Malachi Flynn, Evan Fournier, and Ryan Arcidiacono.
Arcidiacono. Yeah. He was a wizard for a bit too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who I think people have, they hope he can do some good things. But I mean, for the Knicks, really, they didn't really get rid of like anything too crazy.
No, nobody who they were using.
No.
I
think great trade for them. So
big time.
The Knicks are looking like they're gonna make some noise in the playoffs.
They're successful. They know it, and they're going for it. And it's always a good thing for the NBA when the Knicks are good too.
The time is now.
Yeah.
The time is now. Trying to think what other
trades went down
Corey Joseph was sent to the Pacers
for a pick
again, which he He was there before.
Where did Olenek go? Did he go anywhere?
Yes, he did.
I forgot where he ended up.
Robin Lopez got traded and then cut by the Kings immediately. Who?
I forgot where he went. He went somewhere where
Detroit? No, he didn't go to Detroit.
No, he was supposed to go to a lot of teams that were looking for big help, and he ended up going somewhere that he probably didn't.
Raptors.
Yeah.
Yeah. And the Jazz in exchange got Otto Porter Jr. a first-round pick, which seems crazy. And Kyra Lewis Jr., who I don't know. Monte Morris was sent to the Timberwolves.
That was a big one.
From the Pistons, who got Troy Brown Jr., Shake Milton, and a second-round pick. Xavier Tillman got traded to the Celtics. That's a pretty decent move. The Grizzlies turned into crazy sellers this year, which I didn't really see coming. I thought they'd kind of stand pat with all the injuries.
I think they expected to be really successful this year, and they just don't see it.
Well, Ja's injured. Yeah. So they got 2 second-round picks and Lamar Stevens from the Jazz. And then the Suns sent out big body David Roddy.
Oh, that's right.
To this, or the Suns got David Roddy from the Grizzlies. So that was kind of an interesting trade. The Suns sent Yuta Watanabe and a first-round swap to the Grizzlies, and then the Suns also in that trade got Royce O'Neal from the Nets.
There you go.
And the Nets from the Suns got Keita Bates-Diop, who's pretty good, Jordan Goodwin, and then 3 future-round picks from the second-round picks from the Suns. So I think a fair deal, but the Suns, I like that move for them. I think Royce O'Neal's a good piece. And
they're fixing the edges. You know.
Yeah, Royce O'Neal's huge. He's a great defender.
Defender, and if you need a 3 here and there, he'll get a bucket for you guys. A somewhat quiet trade deadline out of all the years. Out of all the years, contenders are showing up their bench. You know, a lot of teams are getting better role players. Gordon Hayward, who I think will be kind of like a pickup where what Giddey isn't really doing too much of this season, and Dort isn't really playing too well this season. So I feel like they maybe got a little bit of an offensive guy to come in. Yeah,
Hayward's interesting because he's never been quite what people thought he was going to be from when he left the Jazz. And it was getting all crazy.
Yeah.
But I think he's going to be a nice steady, like, if things get out of control, let's run a play for Gordon Hayward because he's been around, he knows what he's doing, and he can score. So, good move. Thunder are really good, and they didn't lose anything pretty much in that deal. So, pretty good deal.
Can I tell you about a story I saw? You're going to say no. I caught it. Yes.
Yes, you can.
It was a pretty cool topic that I saw. It was a podcast with a bunch of NBA analyst guys. They were like, "So what happened?" The question was, "What happens to PJ Tucker's shoes
I saw
when he gets traded?" Did you see that?
I saw a little bit of it.
And they were like, "Okay, just put it into perspective. So the average NBA player has around 10 to 20 shoes in their facility, right? Their practice facility or the arena where they play, right? Yeah. PJ Tucker, when he got traded from Philly to the Clippers. The equipment managers from both teams, they get together and say, okay, this is what I'm sending over, blah blah blah. So whenever someone gets traded, right, 10 to 20 pairs for each player, right? PJ Tucker had to send 250 pairs of shoes. That's
maybe too many.
That to choose for one game, bro.
That you're not gonna play it.
Yes. So the equipment manager was like to the Clippers one was like, I'm gonna send you 250 shoes. We had to find the biggest. They had to find the biggest boxes. They just stacked the shoes on top of each other without boxes. When it got to the Clippers facility, they have a garage where they keep all the equipment. Right? They had to build shelves. Just for PJ Tucker shoes, dude.
PJ Tucker shoes get the best treatment, bro.
Yeah, so it's not even like take them home, bro. It's you can leave them here and then we'll set up the ones that you want. Yeah. And it's like 250 just to pick from.
Crazy. So crazy.
Shout out the GOAT, man.
The sneaker goat, baby.
You know, had to bring him up, dude.
Every episode, you got to get one PJ Tucker.
You gotta have
we talked
him in
about the Zards a little bit already.
The Zards, that's true. Yeah.
So we're good there.
Mr. Gafford.
Sneaks and Stats Classics, baby.
That's right.
But that's it.
Yeah.
That's all I got.
Good stuff. I think we got it all.
Happy trade deadline. We'll see y'all after the All-Star break, which should be fun.
Yes, it's gonna be cool. They announced the 3-point participants. I think Damian Lillard will win that.
I do think Damian Lillard should win it. I kind of was confused about the Steph and Sabrina thing. I thought they were just going to be in the 3-point contest. I think
they're doing it separate, right?
I think it's separate. What they should do is whoever wins the 3-point contest gets to join that contest versus Steph and Sabrina.
That would be awesome.
That'd be sick.
That's actually pretty awesome.
That'd be very cool.
Imagine if Steph loses, he's not in it. Why?
But yeah, Steph and Sabrina shootout will be fun.
I heard the dunk contest.
Jaylen Brown's in the dunk contest.
He said he did he commit?
A while, yeah.
Okay, cool. So I thought what I read was he was still thinking about it or something.
I mean, they were announcing it on Inside the NBA. So
then cool. Even better.
I'm hoping he does it because I don't know the last time like a current star, because like obviously Zach LaVine semi-star when he was now, and he was like up and coming when he did it. So it's gonna be sick.
That's true.
And then it's Obi Toppin's little brother who's in the G League on the Knicks.
Oh, he's in there too.
He's in it. Knicks. Yeah, he's in it. Mac McClung, also from the G League, is in it, and then Jaime Jaquez is the other guy.
Oh, that's right. I just hope I hope for creativity, because
that's all I ever want. Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because you're gonna remember when they were like, "Oh, Shannon Brown's in it," and it was like kind of boring.
Yeah, because Shannon Brown, all-time great in-game dunker, but
high flyer.
When he went to the contest, it was like,
that's it.
You just dunked it.
That is it. Yeah.
But yes, we will see y'all after the All-Star break.
We'll have some new cool stuff.
Or during, or I guess after. We'll see you after.
We'll see you sometime. We'll see you sometime soon.
But we'll have some cool All-Star stuff for you.
Yes, we also have some stuff in the works with other podcasts. So stay tuned
Don't tell anybody.
for that. Don't tell anybody. Yeah, don't say anything.
Just between you and us and him.
Yes. Don't tell your parents. But
they don't want to know.
They don't want to know. But yeah, just stay tuned. We got some cool stuff coming up for you, and we'll see you guys next week on the Flippity Flop.
Worst high five ever.
No, I felt like one finger on there.
Pinky on pinky contact.